All right, only 3 more questions. Next one's from Joseph Seniza. Excuse me, I probably mispronounced that. Hey, when you were in high school or your mid-20s, did you ever think about joining the military? Yes, and I've told this story before, but I'll very briefly tell it again. When I was in high school, I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life. I didn't know if I wanted to go to college, if I wanted to go to the military. Now, my dad was a Marine, and I had considered going to join the Marines and or just the military in general. So I went to the local recruitment board or whatever, and they did an interview with me. Based off of the responses to my interview, they thought that I was a top candidate to be an officer. Okay, now they didn't promise anything. Obviously, you got to go through basic training, but they were like, listen, you're very smart. You're high ranked in your school. You're on track to go to a nice college. But if you go to the military, you'll be an officer. You won't see the front lines if you ever do get deployed, yada, yada, yada. And basically, they pumped up the military for me and said that this is going to be a great thing for you. So I remember after doing this interview, I was like, okay, this could be viable. And here's what happened. I swear to God, this is what happened. This is 100% true. I was about to leave, and as I was about to leave from the interview, the guy who interviewed me said, so what do you think, honestly? And I said, well, I'll be honest with you. A lot of what you said to me sounds attractive, but I do want to weigh and balance my other options too. And, there's a possibility that I'll be back, but, I'm going to be straight with you. I'm not 100% sold, but I liked what I heard today. The guy was such a cocky fucker. Here's what he said to me. He said, that's okay. I know you'll be back. We'll see you soon. And the second he fucking said that to me, I immediately was turned off from going back. And I never did. Because the bottom line is when you're there's one thing, confidence is one thing. That was cocky, egotistical bullshit. And what I could tell is that in his head, they had ingrained that military shit. Oh, it's the best thing ever, and loyalty to your country, and herpa fucking derp. The stuff that people fall for, that lack of independent thought, that he thought the military was such the best thing, and because I had, they'd done such a good job at selling the military, there was no way in hell that I wouldn't come back. And he said it in such a cocky fucking way that immediately I said, there's no fucking way I would ever go back and be a part of that. And I never did. And since that day, I never considered being in the military, period. And let's face it, with all the shit that happened after that, 9/11, being deployed out in fucking Afghanistan and Iraq, and I probably would be dead. I'm just saying, I'll be quite honest, I'd probably be dead. And I'm happy that I didn't make that decision with my life. And by no means am I saying that the military is a bad thing. By no means am I saying that people who are loyal to their country or that they're brave and they do that shit in the military, that it's the wrong thing to do. And yes, there absolutely needs to be people who are going to stand up and defend our country and our freedoms and our rights. And I actually strongly respect someone who sacrifices their life and their freedom and their well-being to be in the military to let a place like the United States of America exist. But let's face it, the past 15 years, our military was massively misused for shit that I don't agree with. And I'm very happy that I made the decision that I did, because I don't even know if I would be here if I had joined the military at that time. Real talk. All right. Next